There we go.
Hello again, everybody. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another Community Connections with Ryan Sauers. I am super excited to have my friend and colleague, Kathy Stone, owner of Camp Bow Wow in Lawrenceville, with us today. Kathy, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Given everything that's going on, I'm doing all right.
Well, you know what, Kathy, that is a very fair answer, and you guys do amazing stuff. Well, let's just start by going to what was the old normal a few weeks back. Just tell them a little bit about what you guys do as a business, because people are starved for news beyond COVID-19 and at the evening news, right?
Right. Well, we're part of the largest dog camp franchise in the country, and we do day camp and overnight boarding and basic grooming for just dogs. We get asked about cats or kids. No, sorry, just dogs.
Well, I might
But
need a haircut soon, Kathy, so you might have to make an exception. I
that
mean,
would be
come on.
considered basic.
That was my marketing idea for you to pivot. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. A little.
A couple of weeks ago, we carried 60 to 70 dogs every day in camp, and now we're lucky if we have 20. So the good news is that we have many of our campers are dogs of healthcare workers, since we're right there between Gwinnett Medical, or North Side Gwinnett, or whatever they're calling it now, and East Side. So
Okay.
when they're pulling their 12-hour shifts, it's just not fair to keep their pup stuck in a crate all day, right? So,
Right.
so I talked to the Department of Ag, and they consider us an essential business because of that, because they don't want their dogs, healthcare workers' dogs, stuck in crates for too long. And we understand that other people are home working, and their dogs are now their coworkers as well. So, but we are open, and we continue. We plan to go as long as we can.
Well, first of all, I think it's really, you guys do a phenomenal job. But, you know, it's funny you say that, Kathy. So my oldest daughter, she's halfway through college at Georgia Tech, just finished studying abroad and coming back and self-quarantining and all that stuff. But she found a job, you know, there's not a lot of jobs right now because no one knows what's going on. She found a job working for a first-line health care professional, watching their two little kids. She's there today, as a matter of fact, to send us a little video. So it's funny to watch my almost 21-year-old holding a 2-year-old. It looks just like her. And my point is, the husband of the family is working from home, and the nurse or doctor, or whatever, the healthcare provider, needs someone to watch the two, I think, they're 2-year-old twins. So she's going down there and doing that, and for the next at least handful of weeks, because it's the same thing you said. They got to have help, these healthcare
Right.
workers.
Right.
So so I want to make sure we get as much, tell people. So you're right between the hospitals and Lawrenceville, and you're open. And I'm talking to everybody's listening to this, small businesses. Everybody wants to be a business owner, an entrepreneur, until times get tough, and we'll get past this. We will get past this, but it's going to take everybody thinking creatively, helping each other out, not bailing on everything, and lastly, I just want to say, Kathy, and I'll throw it back to you. If you get a stimulus check of some sort, put it into something, into a restaurant, or into something in your community, and not just hoard. I don't mean hoard in the wrong word, unless you have to have it, because the idea is to help us perpetuate and get through this. Would you agree with that, Kathy?
Totally. One of the reasons why we started a small business where we did was because I've always believed if we supported businesses within a 50-mile radius of us, the economy would be very strong, just because we help each other.
It is, and I mean, I can tell you firsthand, guys. Kathy Stone is just one of those people. And the way they run their Camp Bow Wow Lawrenceville, so since there's different Camp Bow Wows, those are people that you want to trust your animals with, and you want to support, and they give back a lot to other people. So bringing her on today, if you need help with your animals, let's go to people that are the experts that can help. Because when you're open for business, and I don't know about you, Kathy, but it's funny when I asked you to come on the show and ask other people, usually it's trying to find a time and whatever, and everybody's like, well, Wednesday's pretty good, or pretty much any day looks pretty good. And it's just crazy. I mean, have you ever seen anything like this? I mean, how about next week? I'm pretty open, and what was a few weeks ago, it was, we're slammed, we're drowning, I'm buried, we don't have time. And so let's talk a little bit about the business owners listening to this, because I think we'll have recorded 12 of these by the end of the week, and then we'll release each one of them and have many more lined up for next week. But this thing on time, I would throw this to you. It says, we never had enough time. you know, we're always slammed and buried. And now we have all kinds of time. And then the question is, what are we going to do with this time? I mean, how are we going to pivot and come out the other side? What are we learning about ourselves or our businesses? You know, any thoughts or any goals or any things going through your mind right now?
There's so much stuff going through my mind right now, mostly how to pay my employees and how to keep them safe. And that's the biggest. That and try to keep our campers safe. Those are the two things that are running through my mind most of the time. We have made improvements in camp in terms of care of the campers. Dogs can't catch the COVID-19. I mean, they have their own coronaviruses, but they can carry it on their leashes and their collars and their other things they wear. So when they come into camp, we spray those down with a disinfectant so that they go out potentially cleaner than they came in. So, and I want to keep doing that in the future because it's just a good practice. We also are writing hand notes to all of our parents, thanking them for the support that they're doing. And that's something we should just make a standard as well. I mean, we've always done sympathy cards when a camper passed away, but we need to do it more, just to stay connected more now that we know how important this is to each of us.
Yeah, you know, and it's like this show, someone was asked me the other day, we probably continue doing this? And I'm like, yeah, I think I will, because, you know, it's quicker to get, you know, the radio thing in the studio is one thing, but being able to come on and talk community issues, and when it's community issues, that's not just Metro Atlanta, that's anywhere, because somebody listening to the show right now could be, you know, in Michigan or whatever, but they can still lend a smile to somebody, say an encouraging word to somebody, like you said, write a thank you, you know, or a note of appreciation. And, you know, I've been saying this for years with Our Town magazines about being encouraging, but right now, I think every business leader, every person needs encouragement, and know we're all in this together, because we will get to the other side, but we don't want to get to the other side and, you know, have like a ghost town, you know, and that just takes a community coming together. And if we do those things, which I know our communities, people always rally, but it doesn't make it easy, and it makes it, it's very tough for all of us business owners. So how do you do this? We're all forced to think completely differently, but hopefully that makes us stronger on the other side, right?
I think if the biggest takeaway from this is that we actually do need each other. Right. We do like to be around each other and are more compassionate and kind to each other, then that'll be the best answer and message we've learned out of all of this.
I love that, Kathy. I mean, we said before we went on air, I was like, million times we've passed and met, or some of Kathy's team and I've met, or we've set meetings and we've had to change them, or we had the radio show date and we had to change that. I'm like, well, there we go. So we meet on, finally, a real meeting, we meet on Zoom. But no, even doing these though, for me, and you probably feel the same way, just talking and thinking through this stuff, it's not as good as face-to-face, but it sure feels kind of good to talk to somebody different, right? And it encourages me, because, you know, I don't have all the answers. You know, nobody does. God's in control, but we have to do our part. And there is going to be another side of this. And it says businesses, like you said, those things you're putting in place right now. Those are great ideas that aren't just for this time. That's just great to do, you know, for the future. All right, so let's tell people, Kathy, what's the best ways they can specifically reach you, especially if we're talking about those workers or people that, you know, almost everybody's working remotely or at home. You are deemed an essential business because you're taking care of so many, if you're joining in, healthcare workers, pets, our first line responders. But I want them to be able to connect with you directly and realize, or, you know, if they have a pet at home that's their friend, but it's kind of hard to work and watch the pet. I mean, which, you know, it's just tough. How can they get in touch with you?
Well, we are active on Facebook. They can always contact us through Facebook. That's probably the easiest way. Or you can email us at lawrencevillega@campbowwow.com, or our direct phone number is 770-995-3500.
Okay, and on your Facebook handle, is it Camp Bow Wow Lawrenceville? Or
Lawrenceville, Lawrenceville, GA.
Lawrenceville, GA. Okay.
Because there's a Lawrenceville camp in New Jersey.
Right. I tell you, trying to tag things on Facebook, I did it. We had I can't remember what guy it was. It was somebody I was doing something for, and I tagged it. It was a garage door company we do some business with. I was trying to promote, and I tagged a company in like Michigan that does garage doors. And they sent a private message back. I'm like, we appreciate that, but I don't think that's who you're trying to tag. And I'm like, well, it looked like the same thing. So, but yes, I really want everybody to, get in touch with Kathy. She's there to help. We need to support small businesses. That money then goes back into the community to help other people and other things, and we're all in this together. And so, Kathy, I want to thank you for taking some time today to come on this show.
Thanks, Ryan. I hope to meet you in person one day.
We're definitely going to do that, Kathy, because you know what? That's one thing I've learned is there is no. I mean, there's time to. Boy, I want to spend a lot of time with a lot of people, and you're certainly at the top of the list. So I'm looking forward to that. Well, anyway, that's Kathy Stone, owner of Camp Bow Wow in Lawrenceville, and watch the video, but look them up on Facebook, call them, email them, and support Kathy and her team. They do great things, and will take great care of your pets. Thanks again, Kathy.
Thank you.
Well, folks, this has been another Community Connections with Ryan Sauers. We will see you next time, and thanks for tuning in.